In a Truth Social post, Trump wrote, "Dear Prime Minister Carney, please let this letter serve to represent that the Board of Peace is withdrawing its invitation to you regarding Canada joining." Last week, Carney said he planned to join the board. The rift comes after Carney sought closer ties with China by signing trade deals and taking a swipe at the U.S.
Great powers have begun using economic integration as weapons. Tariffs as leverage, financial infrastructure as coercion, supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited. You cannot live within the lie of mutual benefit through integration when integration becomes the source of your subordination.
Here's Trump's response.
Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
And Carney not backing down.
Canada and the United States have built a remarkable partnership in the economy, in security, and in rich cultural exchange. But Canada doesn't live because of the United States.
The U.S. Trade Representative says 75% of Canada's GDP is dependent on trade with the U.S. There's a bigger deal that could be at stake. On Thursday, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that if Carney continues opening markets to China and importing Chinese electric cars, he might weaken Carney's negotiating position. This comes ahead of the upcoming review of the USMCA. The trade agreement is critical for Canada since it protects most of Canada's exports from Trump's tariff hikes.
Do you think the President of the United States is going to say, you should keep having the second best deal in the world? I mean, you guys are such great friends.
Lutnick says Carney's deal with China is, quote, the silliest thing I've ever seen. He stressed that China wouldn't open its economy to exports from Canada. Over 75% of Canada's exports goes to the U.S., while only 5% goes to China. Under the new trade deal, China would lower tariffs on Canadian canola and other agricultural products. And in return, Canada will allow China to export 49,000 EVs under very low tariffs. Any Chinese EVs imported beyond that threshold will face 100% tariffs. Ontario's premier criticized Carney's deal with China, warning it could affect Canada's access to American markets if the U.S. sees Canada as a backdoor for cheap Chinese imports. In addition, Carney announced a new strategic partnership with China, telling Chinese leader Xi Jinping that a new world order had come. Casey Fleming, CEO of Black Ops Partners, said Canada is playing with the devil by cutting those trade deals.
If you're trying to do partnerships and strategic partnerships with the CCP, you have to understand that animal. You have to understand their history, how they think, and what their ultimate goal is. And it's complete control and taking all freedom away from everyone and controlling everyone's lives to the propaganda, to the state that controls you.
Fleming noted Canada's way down the road is concerning.